Good afternoon. Last class we learnt about the 1830s were years of great economic hardship in European countries. Not only single country throughout the European countries. And also we learnt about one of the incident which was described by one of the journalists, Wilhelm Wolff, how he was described one of the event, which was taken place in Silesian village between the weavers and the contractor. Weavers and contractor. So today's class, let us discuss about 1848, the revolution of the liberals. 1848, the revolution of the liberals. See, parallel to the revolts of the poor, unemployed, and starving peasants and workers in many European countries in the 1848, a revolution was led by the educated middle class elite, people under. So we knows that the condition of the parallel to the revolts of actually during the time what happened. So there we can see the revolts against the administration, against aristocracy, the poor class people, unemployed people, and even the starving peasants also, and even the worker class also during 1848. So a revolution it was led by middle class was underway. See, the events of February 1848 in France, I think you all of you studied the history of France, especially the French Revolution, last class itself. So, on February, one of the event which was taken place in the February 1848 in France country, that had brought about the abdication of the monarch and a republic based on universal male suffrage had been proclaimed. During the time, what happened? So, on February 1848, the abdication of a monarch it was completely abolished. There we can see the abdication of the both are same abdication and abolition, the monarch. And afterwards, so a republic based on universal male suffrage had been proclaimed. Suffrage means right to vote. It was proclaimed and the republic based. See, it was about the France, and what about the other European countries? So, in other parts of Europe, where independent nation states did not yet exist, for example, Germany, Italy, Poland, Austro-Hungarian empires. In these countries, actually, during this time, so still not yet these states are not existed as a nation state, such as Germany, Italy, Poland, and the Austro-Hungarian empire. So here, all these countries, men and women, especially the liberal middle classes, they were combined their demands and constitutionalism with national unification. So together, men and women of the liberal middle classes people, combined their demands of what was what were their demands. So especially that is about the constitutionalism. How? With national unification. With national unification. So they took advantage of the growing popular unrest to push their demands for the creation of a nation state on parliamentary principles. So they were taken that advantage during this time because so they were demanded for the creation of nation state. What type of nation state? Parliamentary principles. On the basis of parliamentary principles. What are the parliamentary principles? That is about a constitution, freedom of the press, and freedom of association. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಸೊ ಯುರೋಪಿಯನ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಅಥವಾ ರಿಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಅಥವಾ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟರಿ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ಸ್ ಗಳಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ಅಥವಾ ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೆಸ್, ಅವು ಯಾವುದು ಸಹ ಇನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. These are all under the control of aristocrats. So the people, they were completely denied from their basic rights. They do not have freedom of the press also, and even so they are not allowed to form any kind of organizations or associations also. So the constitution or the freedom of the press or freedom of speech or right to equality or equality before the law or fraternity, so these are all the basic principles of the parliamentary system of the government. Now during the time in the German regions, a large number of political associations whose members were middle class professionals, especially businessmen and prosperous artisans. So they were all came together in the city of Frankfurt and decided to vote for an all German National Assembly. Are you getting now? So in German region, what happened now? The large number of the political associations. So whose members were belongs to middle class professionals, businessmen, and prosperous artisans. So they were all came together in the city of Frankfurt. The city of Frankfurt. And so they were decided to vote for what? They were all gathered in the Frankfurt Assembly. So they were decided to vote for an all German National Assembly. German National Assembly. See, who are there? Especially the different political associations and whose members are belongs to middle class professionals and the businessmen and even the prosperous artisans. So they were all came together in the city of Frankfurt and they were decided to vote for an all German National Assembly on 18th May 1848. So on 18th May 1848, so they were elected 831 members as their representatives. Those political associations members, so they were decided to vote for to form the German National Assembly, and on 18th May 1848, so they were elected 831 elected representatives. So they were marched in a festive procession. ಹೇಗಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಹಬ್ಬದ ಆಚರಣೆ ಮೆರವಣಿಗೆ ಹೊರಡುತ್ತ ಮಕ್ಕಳ to take their places in the Frankfurt Parliament convened in the Church of St. ಸೈಂಟ್ ಪೌಲ್ ಚರ್ಚಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸಭಾಂಗಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಸೇರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಹ ಮೆರವಣಿಗೆಯ ರೀತಿ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದ ರೀತಿ. ಸೊ ದೇ ವರ್ ಮಾರ್ಚ್ ಟುವಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ವೇರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫ್ರಾಂಕ್ಫರ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಕನ್ವೀನ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಚರ್ಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೈಂಟ್ ಪೌಲ್. Now afterwards what happened? All these 831 elected representatives, so they were convened in the St. Paul Church in the Frankfurt Parliament and they drafted constitution for a German nation. They were drafted constitution for a German nation to be headed by a monarchy subject to a parliament. ಎಂತಹ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳಾದ್ರು. So the state head is a monarchy only, Rajane, but the Raja is subjected to a parliament. The monarchy is subject to a parliament. ರಾಜ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ರಾಜ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ, ವಾಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಬಲ್ ಟು ದ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್. ಅಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಸಂವಿಧಾನವನ್ನ ಅವರು ಡ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ದ ಡೆಪ್ಯೂಟೀಸ್ ಆಫರ್ಡ್ ದ ಕ್ರೌನ್ ಆನ್ ದೀಸ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಸೊ ದ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಟಿವ್ಸ್, ಸೊ ದ ಡೆಪ್ಯೂಟೀಸ್, ಸೊ ದೇ ವರ್ ಆಫರ್ಡ್, ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಆಫರ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಆ ಒಂದು ಚಕ್ರಾಧಿಪತ್ಯದ ಆ ಒಂದು ರಾಜನ ಅಥವಾ ಕಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಥಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಆಫರ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಫ್ರೆಡ್ರಿಕ್ ವಿಲಿಯಂ ಫೋರ್ತ್ಗೆ ಅವರು ಆಹ್ವಾನವನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಫ್ರೆಡ್ರಿಕ್ ವಿಲಿಯಂ ಫೋರ್ತ್. Are you getting now? So ಫ್ರೆಡ್ರಿಕ್ ವಿಲಿಯಂ ಫೋರ್ತ್ಗೆ ಅವರು ಇನ್ವೈಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಟು ಬಿಕಮ್ ದ ಮೊನಾರ್ಕ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಜರ್ಮನ್ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ದ ಫ್ರೆಡ್ರಿಕ್ ವಿಲಿಯಂ ಫೋರ್ತ್, he was the king of Prussia. Who was this Frederick William IV? ಫ್ರೆಡ್ರಿಕ್ ವಿಲಿಯಂ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಏನಿದಾರಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಅವರು ಪ್ರಷ್ಯಾದ ಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. he was the king of Prussia. Whether he was accepted the invitation which was given by, or which was invited by the German National Assembly? No. So Frederick William IV was the king of Prussia, so he was rejected it and joined other monarchs. For what purpose? To oppose this elected assembly. ಯಾವ ರಾಜರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಅದು ಇಷ್ಟ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ why they are going to become a subject to a parliament? So according to this new constitution, so which was adopted by this German National Assembly, so it's accepted like that. It was told like that. So the nation, the German nation, to be headed by a monarchy but subject to a parliament. German ದೇಶ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, it should be headed by a monarchy. But so the king was subject to a parliament. So no one, they were not accepted, especially the monarchs. Even they were invited, the Frederick William IV to become the head of the Germany, was the king of Prussia. But so the King William IV, he was rejected this offer and he was joined with other aristocracy and military, because the most of the monarchs, they were opposite this elected assembly. Then afterwards what happened? So the opposition of the aristocracy and military became so strong. ಎಲ್ಲ ರಾಜರು ಒಗ್ಗೂಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಮಿಲಿಟರಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರ ಕಡೆ, ಸೊ ಅವ್ರು ಬಹಳ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ. Then afterwards what happened? When the opposition of the aristocracy and military became so strong in a German states, so the social basis of parliament, the German National Assembly, it was eroded by monarchs with the help of the army. Now the parliament was dominated by the middle classes. There was the reason also, because the German National Assembly, this parliament, it was dominated by the middle classes, especially who resisted the demands of workers and artisans and consequently lost their support. ಈ ಜರ್ಮನ್ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಇವರು ಯಾರನ್ನು ನೆಗ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ನೆಗ್ಲೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್, ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ದ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮಿಡಲ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್, ವರ್ಕರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಸನ್ಸ್. Then finally what happened? So the workers, the artisans, those who were extended their support to this German National Assembly, so they were never support to this assembly. So they lost their support. In the end, what happened? The troops were called in and the assembly was forced to disband. So finally, military came and attacked and forced to disband the assembly. So in this way, a very tragedy way, so which was elected the German National Assembly, it was came to an end in German nation. See, the issue of extending political rights to women was a controversial one within the liberal movement. ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ in India especially after gaining independence after 1947 so the right to suffrage it was provided for all citizens of its country those who are 18 or above 18 but the most of the European countries so the extending political rights including the right to vote so it was became especially for women it was became a controversial one within the liberal movement ಎಲ್ಲ ಲಿಬರಲ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗಳು ಸಹ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಪಾತ್ರ ಇದ್ದು ಸಹ ಸೊ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಅಧಿಕಾರಗಳನ್ನ ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ವೋಟ್ ಹಾಕುವ ಅಥವಾ ಮತದಾನದ ಅಧಿಕಾರವನ್ನು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಡಿನೇ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ so in which large numbers of women had participated actively over the years even the large number of the women they were participated actively also then afterwards what happened the women had formed their own political associations in European countries so the women so they were formed their own political associations and also they were established founded so many newspapers also and even taken part in political meetings and demonstrations also see despite this they were completely denied suffrage rights during the election of the assembly ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಸಹ ಈ ಜರ್ಮನ್ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ರಚನೆ ಆಗೋ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮತದಾನದ ಅಧಿಕಾರವನ್ನು ರೈಟ್ ಟು ಸಫ್ರೇಜ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಫ್ರಾಂಕ್ಫರ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಕನ್ವೀನ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಚರ್ಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೈಂಟ್ ಪೋಲ್ ವುಮೆನ್ ವರ್ ಅಡ್ಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಆಸ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವರ್ಸ್ ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಟು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ವಿಸಿಟರ್ಸ್ ಗ್ಯಾಲರಿ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ದ when the German National Assembly it was formed so in the Frankfurt Assembly or in the Frankfurt Parliament so when it was convened in the Church of Saint Paul so the women were admitted as observers that's all and even there was no sitting arrangements for them so they were stand in the visitors gallery they were stand in the visitors gallery then you can observe that you can see that so how the political rights denied in the European countries even in the Germany also even they were participated they were formed many political clubs and even they were started political associations and then they were founded many newspapers and even taken part in the political meetings and demonstrations all those things so despite this they were completely denied suffrage rights during the election of the assembly and even so they were admitted they were allowed they were accepted as observers when it was convened the Frankfurt Parliament when it was convened in the Church of Saint Paul and there was no sitting arrangement also see though conservative forces were able to suppress the liberal movements in 1848 they could not restore the old order even the conservatives so monarchs were beginning to realize that the cycles of revolution and repressions could only be ended by granting concessions to the liberal nationalists and revolutionaries. They were understood like that because they were observed this the cycle of revolutions, the continuous revolutions against the monarchs that could not restore the old order or the old regime. So they were unable to suppress the liberal movements, but the monarchs were beginning to realize the actual situation. The practically So the cycles of revolution and repressions could only be ended by granting. How can we control those revolutionary activities? By granting some of the concessions, by granting some of the provisions for the liberal nationalists and revolutionaries. So it was realized by the monarchs. Then hence, in the years of 1848, the autocratic monarchies of Central and Eastern Europe began to introduce the changes that had already taken place in Western Europe before 1815. So whatever the changes it was taken place in the Western Europe before 1815, so that was going to be introduced in the Central and Eastern Europe by the monarchs. They were realized that, especially the practice of serfdom and bonded labor. So the practice of serfdom and bonded labor systems were abolished both the Habsburg dominions and in Russia also. So the Habsburg rulers granted more autonomy to the Hungarians in 1867. This is what the result of this. The monarchs they were understood, they were realized how to control these revolutionaries and revolutionary activities and national liberals. So that's what. So whatever already had taken place the Western Europe before 1815 only, the same thing they were going to be introduced in the Central and Eastern Europe. So the monarch they were introduced especially. So they were abolished the bonded labor system and the serfdom. And also these both systems were abolished completely in the Habsburg dominions and in Russia. And the Habsburg rulers granted more autonomy to the Hungarians in 1867. I hope, dear students, you all have understood about this Frankfurt Parliament. Next class, we are going to discuss about the making of Germany and Italy. Thank you. Have a nice day.